This thing spits 1,800 rounds per minute and starts with 250 bullets, but you can't equip it in your class, and you can't resupply it. You mess up the recoil, you're just painting the sky. Today we're breaking down the MP-RMG battle pickup in Battlefield 6.
Press start! Let's go!
Welcome back to Gadget Labs. I'm BulletProofBrad, and in this series we break down the tools, toys, and tech that make or break your Battlefield 6 matches. If you've ever seen this handheld minigun on the ground and wondered if it's worth the risk, this video's for you. The MP-RMG is one of the new battle pickups added in the California Resistance update. It's not a class gadget, and you can't equip it from the loadout menu. Instead, you find it on certain maps and modes as a pickup weapon. Right now there are two types of battle pickups in the game, but in this video we're going to be focusing on the MP-RMG, the handheld minigun. When you grab it, you're basically trading your normal gun for a temporary power spike. It hits hard, but it's got rules and limitations you need to understand or you'll waste it. Let's talk numbers first. The MP-RMG starts with 250 rounds in the belt. There's no extra reserve. What you see is what you get. It fires at 1,800 rounds per minute. For context, the next fastest gun in the game right now is the KV9 at 1,080 RPM. And that thing only starts with a 17 round mag before you level it up. So the RMG is in its own tier of fire rate. There is a spin up delay though between clicking and the gun actually firing. It's short, but you will feel it in close quarters fights. If you peek late or panic fire, you can get deleted before the stream of bullets really kicks in. In terms of time to kill at close range, it's disgusting. If you're on target, enemies just evaporate in milliseconds. You can't resupply this thing from support ammo bags or crates. Once you burn through all 250 rounds, you drop it automatically and it disappears. It will respawn on the map after a bit, but you don't get a second belt from your team. Movement wise, there doesn't seem to be a big movement speed penalty when you're holding it, if any at all. You still feel reasonably mobile, which is huge for repositioning between flags or pushing into buildings, which is where it excels. You can also drop it at any time by just switching weapons and then pick it back up later as long as it hasn't despawned. So you're not locked into it if the situation changes. Now for the big downside, the recoil. The MP-RMG has a really weird recoil pattern. Instead of climbing up, it actually pulls down and to the right. That's the opposite of what most players are used to. Most guns in Battlefield 6 kick up, maybe to the left or up right. Your muscle memory is usually to pull down to compensate. However, with the RMG, if you do that, you're going to make it worse. To counteract the recoil on this thing, you need to actively pull your mouse or right stick up and to the left. It feels wrong at first and your brain might fight you a little bit, but once you build that muscle memory, the gun becomes way more controllable. You can mitigate some of the recoil by going crouched or prone. That helps you a bit, but even then the recoil is still very strong. You can't just hold the trigger and hope. At close range, the recoil isn't a huge issue. You're dumping so many rounds so quickly that targets melt before the pattern fully runs away from you. At medium range though, if you don't control it properly, you just spray the countryside. In terms of what you should be shooting at, the MP-RMG is clearly built for anti-infantry. It chews through enemy players at close range and can still be effective at medium range once you learn the recoil. It's also very good at damaging walls and destroying enemy cover. If someone's hiding behind soft cover or destructible objects, you can just erase their protection and force them out. Against helicopters, it's actually not bad, especially if they're moving slowly, hovering, or doing lazy passes. You can chunk their health pretty hard if you can track them. Against tanks though, it's basically not worth it. You'll waste ammo and get nothing for it. Save those rounds for infantry, light vehicles, and helicopters that are trolling too close. So when should you actually pick this thing up? The MP-RMG shines when you're holding or contesting flags in close quarters. Think tight buildings, stairwells, corridors, and choke points. If a flag is being pushed by multiple enemies and you're set up already, you can completely shut down a push if you manage the recoil and pre-aim your angles. It's also strong in any close quarters fighting, cramped lanes, room-to-room clears, or defending doorways. Peek first, spin up, and whoever comes through the door, is in trouble. At medium range, you can still make it work, but you need to respect the recoil. Fire in more controlled bursts or really commit to that up and left pull. It's not a great pick if you're about to cross wide open fields or play in long range sightlines. There are better tools for that, and you'll burn through your limited ammo with little to show for it. Here's a few practical tips to squeeze the most value out of each pickup. First, think about timing. Don't grab it if your team is about to rotate out of a close quarters area into a long range one. Pick it up when you know you're about to fight around a flag, in buildings, or inside an objective cluster. Second, remember you can drop it by swapping weapons. If the fight moves to a longer range, stash it, take some normal gunfights, and then come back for it before the weapon despawns. Third, always be aware of that spin-up delay. Don't ego peek a corner assuming you're instantly online. Pre-aim, anticipate the fight, and give yourself that extra half second to get the barrel going. And fourth, when you know a fight is about to start, like enemies pushing a doorway or coming up a stairwell, go crouched or even prone to squeeze out every last bit of recoil control you can. Overall, the MP-RMG is a high-risk, high-reward battle pickup. It's a bit awkward and difficult to use at first. The downright recoil and the spin-up and the finite ammo make it feel punishing if you don't know what you're doing. But once you learn the recoil pattern, get comfortable with pulling up and left, and use it in the right situations, it becomes a flag-defending monster and a real threat at medium ranges too. It reminds me a bit of the classic Halo-style pickups like the Energy Sword. Not quite as ridiculous, but definitely one of those weapons that changes the flow of a fight when it's in the right hands. If you learned something about the MP-RMG or battle pickups in general, hit like. It really helps the channel. For more Battlefield 6 videos, Gadget Labs breakdowns, and live gameplay, subscribe so you don't miss the next upload. And if you want to squad up, theory craft, or just roast broken gadgets, join the Discord. Links down in the description. I'm BulletProofBrad. Stay locked, stay loaded, and stay frosty, guys. Peace.